Okay, I usually don't make videos like these, but, you know, I felt pretty inspired by some guy 827 to make my own kind of video here. You know, just, I know this is kinda, well, I can agree with people that it's kinda stealing the version, and holy shit, did I just see lightning? I think I did. But, I just figured to make my own kind of night walk and all that, give my, my thoughts about what's going on. I've never really gotten to the topic of what I wanted to talk about. Originally, back when I made my DC Universe idea story, it was originally going to be about Las Vegas hospitality. And as you can see, I mean, I'm not sure if the lighting is good there, but right there, that's where the Luxor is in that direction. The little casino over there. When I get back, you'll probably see the angle view from my window, so I'll see if I can give that a try. Okay, I guess while I'm actually walking down the street here, I might as well just get the topic of what I'm talking about here. It's Las Vegas hospitality, like I said before. The downsides about what, you know, about this place. I mean, yeah, I've seen a lot of good things that I've seen before. I've been to the Las Vegas Strip and all that. Seen some nice neighborhoods and some shitty ones too, but, you know, that's just how it is. But what I'm really having a problem with is, and an example like this is actually down the street. Okay, anyway, I'm not gonna pay attention to what's going on over there. From like down the street, like right down this road, right where that stop line is, like all the way down. Like when I try turning from there, there's actually gonna be a car on the opposite end, looking at the opposite direction, blocking the view of how, you know, where I can turn, which means I can't see what's going on when that car is in the way. You got dozens of people like honking at me, but I can't see where I'm going. I don't want to risk crashing my car into something because I can't see and then take a chance. And by the way, this is where most of my asshole drivers from up behind always like to go. Thinking that they always got to be in front of you, even if they're not in the biggest of hurries. But yeah. And that was a lot of lightning I just saw right there. How the fuck did I miss that? But it goes more than just that. But you know, that could apply to any place. But from my experiences, for when I actually been out here, maybe only about a year and one bit of a fraction of it. I just find it irritating at first that that's just how it is. But it doesn't just stop there. I mean, I've seen a lot of strange people from where I worked. Holy shit. But you know, every day when I go to work, I have to deal with dumb people every day. But that goes for almost anyone who goes to work. But some people who I have actually seen walked in look like they're going to rob the place. I've seen actually one person who was dressed like a prostitute. Even a kid who was about, I don't know, in their 13s was dressed like she was in prostitution. I kid you not. Which I found pretty fucking disgusting. Which, by the way, if you're a parent and you have a kid that dresses like that, I seriously beg you, or I strongly recommend that you teach your kids about self-respect, because that's just fucking ridiculous. And man, it's deplorable. And another thing about work about it is just today was actually pretty fucking horrendous today. Having to deal with a lot of assholes, a lot of dumb people. I know I've already said that, but I know it's trivial and a little bit more cliche it is as working in a store, but it's just how it is. But okay, you can kind of see the strip over there, the little Mandalay Bay over there. But you know, it's just weird. Holy shit! I finally got that, and I just saw a big ass cockroach. But anyway, I'm getting off track here. I just find it a little bit strange how people over on the strip, right over there, you can kind of see it, and you can see that little light from the Luxor. I've seen like strange ass people who try to follow other people around, and it's just weird. But there's a lot of people out here who can treat you like shit. Kid you not. But when I look at these type of places, and I know this is one odd thing of me to say, but it makes me feel homesick for Texas. I know. I've been talking about this issue for 3 to 4 years straight, and yeah. Justin, you keep talking about home. Well, I understand the whole phrase about where home in the heart is, but come on. I mean, when I look at places like these, I see something like that growing into the future, but I've even had a dream about Las Vegas once. I wasn't even living in Nevada. I was like living in Arkansas at the time. I didn't even know what that meant. Then exactly 9 months later, here I am in Las Vegas. But, you know, I miss home very much, and I miss everyone back there. And just in case if they are watching this video, in case I do not make that trip back home on that, which I'm hoping to God, because I'm asking people if there's a way I can actually get, you know, a ride from the airport, a place to stay for the week, and then a ride back to the airport. Because I finally got a vacation and all that shit, so I'm really hoping to see you guys, especially those who've been wanting to see me a long time, and I wanted to pay my respects to those I never got to pay my respects to. You know, that kind of thing. I just don't know. It's just too much for me to just do the same thing over and over again, go to work, come back to the house, go back to work, back to the house. And being that I get my actual Las Vegas license here in just about 2 to 3 weeks. As long as I keep being a safe driver and all, I should be good. I'm just gonna also point out you'll rarely see me do videos like these, or unless, you know, I kind of develop a taste for it. But holy shit, that was pretty good. Right there, the whole lightning. But, you know, I just figured I'd do something once rather than being cooped up in the house, because, you know, I've been suffering, you know, writer's block and all that. And I hate it when people are, like, walking behind me. It's fucking... makes me fucking paranoid. And I will actually get into more of the subject of my paranoia here. But for now, I don't know. It's just so much that I could actually talk about. But, you know. But I will get more into the subject of my paranoia. I know I've talked about that a lot, but trust me, I have my reasonings behind that. As much as it may annoy people, but, you know, I have my reasonings for doing that. And by the way, that's the graveyard right over there. Also with like a mausoleum, and that's also, I think that's either a Jewish temple over there as well. Not exactly sure. But yeah. I can be surrounded by pretty strange people. But yeah. What you're about to hear, what you're about to see, is some guy probably showing off on his fucking bike. It's another thing I fucking hate the most about, you know, that type of a person who wants to think they're badass and all. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's certain types where I think there's a kick-ass moment at one times, but when someone tries to show off and it really doesn't seem like it's much, really, it does not faze me one bit. But yeah, I'm walking back a little bit, and I don't know. I guess another thing about what I wanted to talk about is the fact that life to me has pretty much been either living a childhood kind of fantasy, or living one fucked up, depressed kind of life. I mean fucked up as in, you know, I didn't really get to see things as much, and I really can't really feel that gap inside of me. But I don't know. I just wish I was home, because that's, you know, it's where the emotion hits, that's where the gap kind of fills. But that's just how it is for me. But I guess while I'm actually out here doing this, like, I might as well have to ask something about Google's or YouTube's little thing about I guess the no video responses thing. It's really kind of puzzling me. It's really kind of irritating to hear, because we've already had to go through so much crap about that sort of thing. Apart from, you know, flaggings being computerized and no human beings are actually working behind the flagging system. Also into the fact that we had to deal with the crappy layouts. The only thing that was good about it was actually the changing of the yellow subscribe button to the red button. Never really been out in this neighborhood park before, but I'm willing to give it a try. But also to that fact, with so many features, I've been so mixed up in so many ways, it's kind of hard to really go with the flow. Nice looking house. Kind of too dark to see, but oh well. But I guess this is actually the appropriate nature of filming what I feel. I think it kind of just shows a little bit more of a, I wouldn't say a metaphor, but more of an imagery for how I feel, which is kind of depressed. Depressed, a little bit gloomy, and alone. This is how I picture my life walking down. Yes, you'll hear voices and sounds and all that time, but as you keep walking by, the voice or sounds, they grow fainter, fainter, and fainter to the point where you can't hear them at all. And then like it is again, it's just you walking alone. This, to me, is an imagery of how, in my own personal perspective, is how my life is. Dark. Not dark as in evil or villainous, but dark as in, I feel alone. And not that alone that I feel scared, but that alone as in, am I gonna die alone one day? Here, I'm gonna take a walk up here. But I keep looking back on certain things, and I wonder if I ever get what I want. The only thing I ever wanted was just to go back home. That's it. I have never desired anything else. But yeah, we'll admit that maybe there has been some things that I've wanted to have, my own car and all that, which, by the way, I'm settling that issue, by the way. But just what I really wanted, was to go back home. Because that's, despite that emotion of being sad, there's still that happiness that grows inside. And there are certain people who I will just go by the certain usernames who go by that. I can't really remember one, but he is a good friend of mine. Let's just say he starts with a J. The other one is I Am Cold Productions, who's a good friend of mine. He's one of my best friends. Another one who starts with a J as well, so. This is the part where it starts to get awkward because there's like people. But, yeah, I know. Nice looking houses though. So it feels like I'm filming a horror movie. But I don't know, it's just strange. But the more I walk like this, the more I sometimes feel like I understand that sometimes that emotional wreckage and that emotional pain that you feel by being alone, walking in the dark, feeling depressed, it still, in that weird way, keeps you alive. And yes, that is a lot of lightning going on. But this is the life I'm living. But as much as I like these fancy houses, they look pretty cool, look expensive, they, however, do not impress me. There's nothing amazing about them, other than the fact they look fancy, but that's about it. Oh gosh, I always hate when there's like someone right there. But yeah, that's just how I'm gonna end it off. So I'll see you guys later.